You know, every cricketers, aspiring cricketers ask the question, where do you see yourself, where do you want to play? So he said, you want to play for India? He said, no, I want to captain India.
अच्छा?
Yeah.
You see, Dhoni is an exception.
Yeah.
Absolute exception. विवेक राजदान जो है ना, उसके घर में रहता था ये.
Yeah. There's a very strong determination.
Why is he making pig sounds?
He's clearing his throat.
रियाज का टाइम है.
Yeah.
रियाज का गाना तो नहीं गाएगा.
वो खराश हुआ थी ना.
चलो बेटा सुना दो एक कोई. अच्छा सा. ये जब घर पे आते हैं ना मेहमान कहते हैं अच्छा बेटा कोई गाना वाना सुनाओ अंकल.
But how irritating. सुनाओ ना बेटा.
सुनाओ अंकल को.
सुनाओ बेटा.
He's outspoken, that's for sure, and he loves his dogs as much as he loves a glorious game. He's also the father of a very close friend, so a bit like extended family.
I like how I am leading you in your house.
But to face his lethal verbal rippers, you need two batsmen. एक आदमी नहीं संभाल सकता. So I've actually enlisted the help of my dear friend Angad Bedi as we talk to Bishan Singh Bedi, have a laugh, and get a side of some subtle life lessons.
Would you rather sit on a chair? We can get
like
you.
a chair.
If you're comfortable, get your
I'll feel better in a chair.
You'll feel more comfortable.
You don't mind?
कुर्सी लेके आओ सर के लिए. ठीक से.
लेकर आ रहे हैं
आना
जी.
फिर.
लेकर आ रहे हैं.
Big man, big demands.
हाँ बापू. बैजा कुर्सी पे.
पेपराजी अगर हमारे पीछे पड़ जाती ना,
तो क्या क्या देखने को मिलता. क्या क्या देखने को मिलता.
हमारा एक
It was Radhu and Bedi both.
No,
On the field and off the field.
हमारा एक ऑफिशियल था श्री रामन. तो एक रोज मुझे पकड़ के बैठ गया, यार व्हाट इज दिस स्पेशल आर्ट. I said what happened? You guys, you must know your background. Come from the land of Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, ऐसे करके. I said, SS, we also come from the land of Kama Sutra. You know, that day onwards, Polly Kaka उस tour पे गए. अरे बेश, हमारा manager, what is this going on? I said, what happened? He said, I went to that room, and there was one boy and 6 girls. I said, well, why did you go to that room? हमारी practice खत्म हो गई भी. So they have their own life also. So, no, I want to talk to Kasan Ghavri. I said, then call him to your room. Don't go to his room. No. You know?
Clean board.
No, but ये freedom जो है ना, this freedom I'm talking about. I think as a kid I had it, thanks to my father. Then I acquired a lot of it via Tiger Patori.
Yeah.
We are very fortunate to have played. Started our career under him. Oh, यार क्या इंसान था. बहुत. He was 100 years ahead of his time.
Really?
Oh, giant, absolute giant. अगर उसने कैप हिला ली ना ऐसे करके डॉफ कर ली.
Yeah.
That means that is good now.
Yeah, that's celebration enough.
That is celebration. ऐसा भारतीय कप्तान मैंने देखा नहीं अभी तक. He was the first one, who told us in team meetings. Look guys, we're not playing for Bengal or Delhi or Maharashtra or Karnataka.
Yeah.
We're playing for India.
I've always thought in a country that prides itself wrongly on being politically correct about everything, you've always spoken your mind. And you yourself will know 50 people who have the platform to speak and don't speak their mind.
ये दुनिया में मेरा जो तजर्बा है, the world, 99% of human existence is fence sitting.
Yeah.
99%. In India, it is 99.9. Fence sitting.
Sometimes it's 101.
No, जहाँ पे पलड़ा भारी देखा उधर झुक जाएंगे. चुप रहना जो है ये एक जुर्म है.
Yeah.
अब मैं आपको एक छोटा सा किस्सा बताता हूँ. I was pretty good, communicating with Sir Donald Bradman. I used to really rave about him. उसकी एक फिल्म बनी थी, Bradman 87 not out. Australians are very superstitious about 87. 13 short of 100.
Yeah.
अब वो फिल्म ख़त्म होने पे जब वो इंटरव्यू पूछता है ब्रैडमैन से, Sir Donald, how would you like to be remembered in one word? He said, integrity. अभी मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, मेरे रोंगटे खड़े हो रहे.
Yeah.
अब मुझे बताओ कितने हिंदुस्तानी हैं जो ये लफ्ज़ कह सकते हैं? Integrity. The other day I rang up on his birthday, I rang up Sir Garfield Sobers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he picked up, And we were discussing, and I said, Sir Garfield, many happy returns of the day. Oh, Bishan, you very kind, very kind. I said, how you keeping now? Getting on. And then he said, Bishan, only the living get old. Magnificent statement. Tiger Padodi, Sir Donald Bradman, Sir Garfield Sobers, मैं बहुत कायल हूँ इन लोगों को. I worship them. But ये लोग जो हैं, इससे बड़ा खिलाड़ी नहीं हुआ. They didn't need this rubbish called, IPL. No.
Yeah.
If you are a good test cricketer, you can adjust to the requirements of
I agree with you.
T20 and one-day cricket also.
क्योंकि
But
आपकी
if you're
base-
only,
your base is strong.
मुझे सबसे बड़ी तकलीफ इसलिए ये हो रही है आज की दौर में कि everybody is saying Virat Kohli is great T20 player. He is a bloody good test player also, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
He is. मगर वो T20 को इतना हाईलाइट कर रहे हैं.
Do you know this? I've told you this, no? हर IPL के दौरान मेरे को एक या दो बारी फोन आता है इनका. What are you doing, son? What is this circus that you're a part of? What is this circus? You're better than this. मैंने कहा, no, Paji, I'm not better than this. This is
See,
very good. I like it. और फिर किसी एक बंदा जो हमारे साथ है, किसी का नाम लेके बोलते हैं, okay, give him a slap from me. मैंने कहा, नहीं, वो आप ही करना, आप वो coach manager मैं नहीं हूँ.
नहीं.
But if I'm just to play devil's advocate, I'm saying if 10 months
There
you're
are
playing,
far too many of them,
too many devil's advocates, no? तो अगर 10 महीने ये खेल रहे हैं और 2 महीने ये लोग, so they are making money, people are watching it, there is कुछ इस बहती गंगा के कुछ छींटे हम गरीबों में पड़ जाते हैं.
No,
हम जैसों में भी.
नहीं, but listen,
कुछ छींटे
I
हैं.
am not at all for a moment decrying this.
But-
Good luck.
But what about obviously if this was to happen 10 months in the year.
Face of the IPL, talking to Bishan Singh Bedi. This is my moment. I love it.
No.
The bearded face of the IPL.
Maybe I
Gaurav Kapoor.
Maybe I can convince him or make him see another side of it.
No, I've seen all sides. The latest description
Yeah.
of IPL and T20s.
Yeah.
It is premature ejaculation syndrome. This is what Indian as a India as a nation is suffering.
Paji, it's very difficult to last 5 days for anyone.
No, but listen, you don't have to last 5 days. You just got to keep on coming
One day
again and
at a
again. Again and again.
Dogs, they say, are the only living beings in the world that अगर आप उनको रोटी नहीं डालोगे ना तो आपकी वेट करेंगे.
घर छोड़ के नहीं जाएंगे.
So then,
ये क्या है ना?
then
You got to edit that.
who do you, of all the cricket that you've seen from 50 years ago to now, if you had to pick the top 3 spinners according to you, who would they be? मुश्किल सवाल है, थोड़ा
Like,
मजा
but in the world or in India?
World.
The ones I have played with, I've known them from very close quarters.
Yeah.
तो इनकी जो स्ट्रेटजी होती थी, how to बेट में कैसे लाना.
So you're saying Venkat
Erapalli,
and
Erapalli
Erapalli
and
and
Chandrasekhar.
Chandrasekhar. Okay.
Venkat was also very intelligent. But one of the good, outstanding spinners I've known away from India was Raymond Illingworth. मगर वो बॉल करता ही नहीं था जब तक विकेट हेल्प ना करे. Shane Warne, when he started, मेरे साथ एक मीटिंग थी उनके साथ. तो Warne, he says, Bish, how do you bowl to Sachin Tendulkar? सचिन तेंदुलकर ये उसके दिमाग में घूम रहा था. इसका क्या? उसको नींद नहीं आती थी यार.
Yeah.
He admitted it. I said, listen, the psychology of a great man in any walk of life, his weakness is his greatness. अब वो तो मेरा नहीं बेचारे तो पढ़ा लिखा है. वो बाउंसर पढ़ा ना उसको समझ नहीं आई. I said, listen, next time you bowl to him, have a slip and a gully and a forward short leg. You must be joking like that. I said, no. I said, these guys are not there to take a catch of your bowling.
Yeah.
They're there to work on his mind.
Yeah.
Because he's such a great player and he will not like these closing catches. How
Yeah.
dare you do that? You don't set field for bad bowling. You set field for good bowling.
Yeah.
If somebody is going to hit you, good bowling is also going to put you in the park. So be it. Accept it. But you can't afford to have, these fielders on the fence straight away. मैंने कहा ये 3 फील्डर ऊपर, और एक हो सके सिली में ड्रॉप भी रख ले। पता नहीं उसके दिमाग में बैठ गई होगी बात।
Yeah.
He tried it. He got Sachin caught in gully,
Oh.
you know, and then he was waving, his cap.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the press box. Now this is again battle of wits.
Yeah.
ये मुझे मजा आता था एरप अली को देख के।
Yeah.
बड़ा बहुत ऐसा इंटेलिजेंट बॉलर मैंने नहीं देखा। I was very lucky at least.
Yeah.
I count myself lucky because all 3 of them, they're not only great bowlers, Venkat, Erap Ali and Bhagwat, they're also very intelligent people. They're all engineers.
Yeah.
I'm the only 3rd class graduate in all the But I learned.
Yeah.
So I picked up from my colleagues. One of the reasons why I might have picked up, I still do, because I still would like to think I'm a good student of the game.
Okay.
A good cricketer is one who's a good student of the game. And in my humble estimation, a good administrator is one who's a good servant of the game.
Okay.
मगर आजकल servant तो है ही कोई नहीं, सब boss कर रहे हैं. Without realizing, the ultimate boss is the game itself.
Yeah. I mean, even after retiring, you worked with so many young players and you saw so many young players. Who are the 2 or 3 that come in your mind who just had that joy? जो खेलते थे तो ऐसा लगता था कि भाई इनको आप कभी फील्ड से उतरने को बोलो ही नहीं तो ये 10 दिन यहीं रहेगा.
I used to, watch Sunil Gavaskar very avidly. His behavior, his just before going into bat, you'd go into a cocoon kind of thing. He had that, psyching himself.
Yeah.
बड़ा खिलाड़ी था यार, बहुत बड़ा खिलाड़ी था ईमान से. मैंने ऐसा खिलाड़ी दुनिया में नहीं देखा. दूसरा मैंने जो जुनून देखा वो सचिन में देखा. सचिन का जो जुनून है वो मैं विराट कोहली में देख रहा हूँ.
Yeah.
I'm very fond of listening to कीर्तन.
Yeah.
अब एक सभा ऐसी थी, कीर्तन सभा, जहाँ पे वो जो रागी जत्थे होते हैं ना, अपने सुर मिलाते हैं अब साज को.
Yeah.
कर रहे हैं जी, लोग आ रहे हैं, बैठ रहे हैं नीचे. और जब साज सुर में हो गए तो एक बच्चे ने पूछा कि शुरू करें. तो दूसरा उसी जत्थे में कहता संगत को आने दो, जरा साथ संगत को आने दो.
Yeah.
अब उनका जो हेड था ना, वो कहना अच्छा भी देखो, ये बताओ ये कीर्तन करना है या सुनाना है.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
अगर तो करना है तो ये साधना है, अगर सुनाना है तो फिर धंधा है.
Yeah.
अब ये डिसाइड कर लो आप क्या करना है.
Wow.
I have always believed whatever you do in life, in whichever walk of life, 2 things are very vital. एक तो है जुनून, पागलपंथी, बहुत ज़रूरी है.
Yeah.
जो कुछ भी कर रहे हो, you got to be mad about it.
Yeah.
Even the world should know यार ये तो गधा पागल है.
Yeah.
It has to be followed immediately, instantly by सुकून.
Nice. जुनून and सुकून.
दोनों इकट्ठे हो. कि जो कर रहे हो आगे है, उसका सुकून भी है. हम लोग वर्ल्ड कप के दौरान 79 वर्ल्ड कप, तो वी वर इनवाइटेड टू बकिंगम पैलेस. वहाँ से क्वीन आ रही है जी नीचे, सीढ़ियों के नीचे आ रही है, और उसके साथ 2-3 उसके कॉगीज ना, वेल्श कॉगीज, वो प्लॉन्ग करके आ रहे हैं. मुझे बड़े अच्छी लगी ना.
Yeah.
तो ये बच्चे थे उसमें, हमने 2 उठा लिए वहाँ से. हाँ जी, 2, एक मेल और एक फीमेल. तो वहाँ पे आपको केज में बताना पड़ता है डॉग्स पेट्स नेम, ओनर्स नेम लाइक दिस. जब बुकिंग करा रहे थे हम फ्लाइट के ऊपर, पेट्स नेम चार्ल्स, ओनर्स नेम बिशन बेदी, फीमेल पेट्स नेम डायना, ओनर्स नेम मिसेस बेदी लाइक दिस. तो उनका जो ब्रिटिश कस्टमर वाला बात बैठा करे, यू टेकिंग अ मिकी आउट ऑफ रॉयल्टी. I said, no, I'm taking royalty with me. One of the pups name is Rafa. वो है पग.
Yeah.
ये कहता मुझे एक पग चाहिए. तो हमारा वेट है, वो कहता हाँ पहले बाल डाले मैं पग दे दूँ.
इसका निकनेम रखा हमने, अंगद बेदी से बनाया अंगद बॉडी. बॉडी.
पहले तो ये शीशे में देख के ना अपने आप को अम्मा के माफिक, वो देखते रहते थे
अम्मा के
शीशे 3-4
शीशे में देख के अपने आप को अम्मा के माफी.
अम्मा की माफी.
माँ दे.
How can she be left out? Let's finish on. It is so important.
No, but this is
This is what he does. Slowly he'll go into that zone. नहीं मैं तो कुछ नहीं बोलता. इनकी अपनी लाइफ है. मैं तो कुछ नहीं बोलता. इनकी अपनी लाइफ है.
Well, if you like that episode, then please press subscribe so you can find out what else is on our menu and you don't miss anything fresh coming out from our kitchen, steaming hot. If you didn't like the video, then I've got more for you to choose from. Watch these and then subscribe. But don't subscribe till you're not 100% satisfied because satisfaction is paramount. And it is my money back guarantee that you will be satisfied. But for that, I have to take some money from you first, no? Not allowed to ask for money? No. Sorry, it's free. Subscribe.